Now, are you trying to burn fat from your belly, your love handles, or your thighs? It feels impossible, right? That's because you've been lied to. No amounts of planks or those pills or those miracle creams is going to help you melt that fat in one specific area. And if it worked, literally, we all would be walking around with six-pack abs. And honestly, it would be really cool because you just take that cream, you just apply it, and ta-da, six-pack abs. And honestly, I don't even know how people fall for that bad fitness advice. And honestly, I think even I fell for it once. Well, burning fat is honestly quite possible, but just not the way that you've been told. So today I'm going to break down into why spot reduction or spot fat loss is a myth. Number two, what actually works based on science and results. And number three, how to speed it up. Well, let's start with the truth. Now, fat loss doesn't just happen all in one place, it happens everywhere at once. Your body decides where it burns fat first and where it burns fat last. And that order is based on genetics. Now, some people lose weight from their face first, and well, others lose on their arms or legs. But one thing is always true is that the spot that you care about the most is generally the last to go. And this is where most people fail. Firstly, they start dieting, they work out, they do all their exercises, but when their biggest problem area doesn't shrink fast enough, they assume that they're doing something wrong, and then what do? They quit. When in reality, they just need a little more time. And you have to understand this that you have to think of fat like a swimming pool. You want to drain it, cool, but you don't get to pick which corner of the pool goes down first. And fat burns pretty systematically, meaning it goes from everywhere, but in different amounts. So if you're going to think that, okay, wait, I want to lose fat on my belly, but you're losing it from your face and arms first, well, that is pretty normal and that's how it works. And here's where the gender plot twist is that men usually hold stubborn fat around the belly and love handles, while women mostly around the hips, thighs, and even the butt. And oh, if you're thinking about that face fat, well, nobody is safe from that. And if you've ever gained 2 kilos and you felt like your cheeks have doubled in size, well, yeah, same, because your body loves to kind of announce that you're enjoying life loudly. And I know it's frustrating, but trust me, it is reality. So, how do you burn that fat? Well, let me keep this brutally simple. Now, the only way to lose that stubborn fat is to lose all fat. No detox teas, no pills, no creams, no abs only workout. Well, you need to be in something that's called a calorie deficit, which means that you're burning more calories than you consume, or you can just eat less than you burn. Both of them have the same concept. Just one depends on whether you want to feel like a disciplined athlete or a victim of portion control. Now, here's where people mess up. They expect their problem area to shrink first. Honestly, it won't. You first notice the fat loss in places where you don't even care. For example, maybe your arms or your face or even your calves, or maybe even your pinky toe. And because your belly still looks the same, you get discouraged and then you quit. But if you just stay in a calorie deficit long enough, that fat will come off. And this is simple biology. So if you can't spot reduce, what can you do? Simple. Build muscle in the area. No, it won't burn fat from the spot directly, but it will make the area look way better as the fat reduces. So if you've got belly fat, then train your abs not to burn that belly fat, but to build the muscle underneath it. If you think that your love handles are all over the place, well, train your obliques and your back. If you have thick thighs, then train your legs so that they look strong and not squishy. Understand that muscle adds definition. It's the structure under the skin that gives your body shape once the fat is completely gone. And what doesn't work? Well, let's crush some common myths. First is face workouts. Unless you're literally aggressively chewing gum that burns 300 calories an hour, well, honestly, it doesn't, but it won't help. If you're doing ab only workouts, well, they'll strengthen your core, but they won't burn your belly fat. And for a lot of people who think that, okay, I need to sweat it out or sit in a sauna and sweat while working out, well, honestly, you lose water but not fat. And the biggest lie is those 10-minute miracle workouts that you will find a lot of videos on YouTube which promise to burn belly fat in 1 week. Please, if that worked, I would be a unicorn today. Now, here's what actually works. Firstly, calorie deficit and do it sustainably. Now, when I say sustainably, means that try to stick to the kind of food that you can enjoy, it's also healthy, and you can stick with it for a long period of time. Because when you start eating food that you don't closely enjoy, you're less likely to stick with it for a long period of time. Which is why try and choose food that you can stick with sustainably. Then there is strength training, so try to strength train 3 to 5 times a week. Try to do walking or any form of cardio to burn a little more of those calories. Prioritize protein so that you can protect muscle, also fiber so that your gut is in great shape. Make sure that you're sleeping really well and also managing your stress. So, do a lot of breathing exercises and try to make sure that you're sleeping at the same time and waking up at the same time every time, and also having good quality sleep. And for stress management, try to do a lot of breathing exercises because remember, your stress hormone, cortisol, it does matter. Now, fat loss is a system wide process. The thing is that you can't outsmart it, but you can outlast it. Now, the problem is that most people quit right before they can really see the change or where the change starts to begin. And I just want you to not be that person. Understand that burning stubborn fat isn't magic, it's pretty much math. And the truth is that the process is very simple, but it's just not easy. Because if you do, eventually, even the most stubborn fat will give up. And when it does, you will look at yourself in the mirror and you'll finally see what's always been there hiding behind that beautiful body. Not a broken metabolism, not a failed body, but pretty much a disciplined, a patient, and unstoppable version of you. And that, trust me, that's worth the wait. And also do comment what part of your body holds the most stubborn fat. Well, I'll go first, and that is my belly. What about you?